welcome everyone on this November 23 online wave from India this time. We have Wanitha Ashok as our guest speaker, and welcome to this online wave organized by the Female Wave of Change. My name is Ingun Bol. I'm one of the founders of Female Wave of Change, and well, I want to share you a little bit about our organization and our platform before I give Wanitha the floor, and she will share a lot more about your health and the things she's doing right now in India. So the Female Wave of Change, it started in the beginning of 2017, and why? We live in a world of change, and what we saw was happening that there's, especially women, are a little bit hiding of what is happening, and they feel like if they don't look at what is going on, it's not going to influence them. And we feel that especially the change that is being well, it's going on in the IT business and robotica, artificial intelligence, and things like that. That is something that will influence women in every aspect of life. So Female Wave of Change was born to connect women worldwide, to share knowledge and experience, and especially to create new opportunities together, because we do believe that we do need new opportunities. Why? Because we know that everyone has to work on financial freedom, not just for themselves, but also for their family and for the community. So there's a lot of things to be done. But also we do believe that we need that feminine energy and those feminine values now to create that better world. So how are we doing that? We're connecting, very important. We're building bridges. And we're doing that on a heart-to-heart level, very important. Sharing knowledge and experience, building and creating new opportunities together. So transform change into new opportunities. So what are we doing right now? We're building our network, and we've been growing really fast over the past couple of months. We're on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube. You can find us everywhere. We want to inspire, or we are inspiring and sharing knowledge and experience during the online waves, which are every week now, which you can also find on YouTube. And we really are focused on getting these speakers from worldwide. So we're very excited now that we have Wanitha here from India. It's the first time that we have someone from your part of the world. So we're also working on those new opportunities, and we do that by building teams on PartUp, working on challenges, and well, finding solutions and creating those new opportunities together. This is just how PartUp looks like. It's just an impression, and I will tell you a little bit more after Wanitha has finished her speech. So by now, Wanitha, we're really excited to have you here. As well, I think we met 6 or 7 years ago when there was this global women's summit going on, and we were organizing it here in Amsterdam, and you were the event director of the summit in India. So we got connected online and started doing things together. So I've been following you since. There's a lot happening with you and in India. So I'd love to hear your what you have to tell us. The floor is yours.
Okay. Namaste, everybody. This is Wanitha Ashok from India, Bengaluru. And thank you so much, Edwin, for inviting me to speak on this platform. Change is inevitable, and those who resist will not see progress and will be highly stressed. So the whole world is about change. Every minute, every second, everything is about change. Our body is changing, and on the levels is changing. Everything is changing, isn't it? Agree, lady? Yes. Okay, about me. And I've been married for about, you guys can hear me? Okay. Yeah. So I've been married for about 30 years now, and I have 2 grown-up children, and my son is married, and I have a daughter-in-law too. And, you know, right now, at 50, I have something on hand, something to do, and my mind is occupied. That is very, very important. You know, otherwise I would have gone nuts. That's what happens during menopause, isn't it? Yes. Okay. So that is my current state, and I was always into sports and fitness, and I was a state level athlete back then. And then I got married, I had a baby like everybody else, gained weight too, and I started doing little things like, exercises and all that stuff. But I always did it for weight loss. But my background is social work and, environment work. So it so happened that I got so interested in, exercises, the aerobic exercises I was doing. I said, why not take it forward and certify myself? So I certified myself. When I certified myself, I realized exercise is more than that. It's not just about weight loss. Even now, to date, in this internet era, youngsters also think, exercise is only about losing weight. Just the other day, a 20-year-old called me up and she said, if I come and join your classes, will I lose weight? I explained to her it's about, getting fitter, stronger, preventing muscle mass, age-related muscle mass loss, things like that. And in the end, after all that, talk that I gave her, she said, will I lose weight in the end? I'm like, excuse me, okay, I have so much more work to do. Okay, so that when I did my certification, I realized it is a lot more than weight loss. It's about, changing one's lifestyle, increasing your productivity, and, being more functional, working hard all day long. In the end, you still have time to go and party or spend time, quality time with your family. So that is when I realized I should take this information to the world. Because I'm a social activist, I said, okay, fine, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to share on all platforms about, the benefits of exercising. Keeps lifestyle disease at bay, prevents, controls, and cures lifestyle disease, corrects your posture, builds muscle mass, bone density, increases your muscular strength and endurance. And, it's a stress releaser. And it's so important. We're all stressed, highly stressed, especially where I live in. We are known for traffic jams, and I was together. I think it happens everywhere else in the world too. Major traffic jams and stress. We are highly stressed, and stress leads to lifestyle disease. So that is when exercise comes handy, because when you exercise, endorphins are released, and then it's a feel good factor. It picks you up. I'm like, hey, I'm happy. Suddenly you're very happy. Yes. So that is what it does. And then, I started changing people's mindset, ask them to include, exercises, change their diet, and, get healthier, fitter, stronger. And it was all about increasing their productivity, spending more time at workplace and less time in the hospitals or, being sick in the bed. Isn't it? You agree? So this is what happened. And then Get Fit India initiative was from my side. I said, this is my contribution towards my country. Okay, this is what I did. And that is why it's Get Fit India. And I use a social media network to promote, fitness. And I don't consult people. I counsel them over the net. Okay, so this is about me. And I've been in this industry from 14 years now. And I've been on, I'm a media person. I contribute my articles, fitness articles in print, electronic, that is radio and television. I have my own radio show called Fitness Guru Wanitha. And then I also have a cookery show coming up. I have a fitness show coming up on another channel. And I have online followers. So I have listeners, viewers, readers, and online followers. And, I know every excuse of everybody. And you tell them to exercise or you tell them to eat right, they're all full of excuses. They have some excuse. So that's why I came up with a book. You have an excuse, I have an exercise. Simple as that. So, whatever their excuse is, I have an exercise for them. And this is something that I, over a period of time came up with, because I'm aware of their excuses. And then I'm so happy. It's a feel-good factor that I'm able to not only help myself, help people who come to my class, but also without seeing or meeting people, I'm able to bring in a change in life. in people's weight, mindset, and fitness levels. They write to me and tell me, I've never met them. They just follow me on my Facebook account and they follow my tips and they say, hey, Wanitha, I followed your tips. I'm a lot better person now. And thanks so much. I'm able to wear these dresses. I'm so very confident. I'm able to do this. Like, mission well on its way. I also feel good factor that I am being able to, help somebody. It's a very good profession. Health is very, very important. And of late, it's because of the lifestyle that we are leading. It's such a stressful lifestyle, like I mentioned before. It's because of our gadgets. We are married to our gadgets. We are literally, it's a total existence. Nothing, everything comes after that, especially social media. People are married to it. And in fact, I wanted to use the word affair. They're having an affair with your smartphones. And the food, the food intake has changed so much over a period of time. Every year is only getting worse. Half the things that you see on the counter, your grandmother never ate that. And they're all new age foods. All of them are convenience food and instant food, full of preservatives. These days it's pesticide ridden, GMO modified, and it is also adulterated food out there. And we people are consuming this, and that is why we are making way to enough number of disease. There are so many diseases right now in India. We have something called viral arthritis. Okay, then the viral fever. It's not like the regular flu at all anymore. Like the body aches, the bones ache, and it's first of all immobility. They're not active at all, and exercise is like, oh, it's for people who have a lot of time. So when I do this corporate talks, I ask them, how many of you all exercise? Only this much. Couple of them raise their hands. I said, hey, raise your hand higher if you're really exercising. What is this? Half a quarter hand, half a hand. I asked them, why is it that you don't? And they say, we don't have time. Then I open the Pandora's box. I tell them what happens to you when you exercise, and what happens if you don't exercise. We start becoming old from the time we are 23 years old. We start shutting down. We start losing out the muscles, our flexibility comes down, bone density goes down, and our cardiorespiratory, endurance comes down. That's what we call stamina. Everything is coming down. We are programmed to shut down. And the only way to, reverse it is by exercising, doing the right kind of exercises, that is cardio strength and flexibility. So, we were meant for movement. Everybody is supposed to be moving. But unfortunately, our lifestyle has, changed everything. In India, in Bangalore, where I stay, half our life has gone commuting from one place to another. So a couple of hours they spend in the morning and in the evening, commuting on the road to their workplace and back home. It's really that sad state. And nobody has time to cook the right way, like our grandmother ate. And convenience food is coming to their, help. And it is not healthy at all. It's got lots of preservatives and additives. And then comes, junk food, fast food. It's on the high rise these days. Everywhere, every other corner, we have this, places where they serve junk food, fast food, instant food. And then we have apps, food apps, which, all of them have these apps on their smartphones, and they just go ahead and order. If they want to order one thing, but they're so inviting, the pictures there, they end up ordering 2, 3 of them. And that is why they're unable to lose weight. And this is really a point of concern, because very soon we'll all be leading ourselves into sickness. And exercise is all about being independent or being dependent on somebody, being able to do your own work, being able to do your everyday routine work, and not asking somebody for help, as simple as, wearing your pants, or, just imagine being bedridden and asking somebody to look after you. Everybody out there is really busy. So we got to change ourselves. Our health is in our own hands. We just have to spend an hour every day exercising and eat wise 80% of the time, and 20% indulge in moderation. 80-20. That's all we need to do. Nothing more. You don't have to live in the gym to get fit and strong. Go for a walk. Walking is one of the best exercises. You have two doctors within you, the right doctor, left doctor, that is your right leg and the left leg. So go for a walk for 30 to 40 minutes, if not anything. Okay, you don't even want to go out. Some of the countries it's so cold. Just, switch on some music, nice music that you enjoy, and dance away. It's a very good exercise. It's a skill even better than walking because it's a skill based. You randomly move. So where there is a will, there is a way. So you can do strength training exercises. So back in India, way back, household work was done by not. We still have maids in the house. Even I have a help. I call them help. I have a help in the house who lives with me. She helps me out in the kitchen and cleaning up the house and all that. And she's a live-in maid. She's a live-in maid, okay? But back then, there were no maids. They did everything. And we didn't have any electric gadget. Like, if we had to make something, like, say, for example, we had to say, we have chutney. You know about a chutney, right? You guys also use that word chutney. So chutney is not made in a mixie. We used to grind it. We used to grind it like this. So when you grind it like that, your entire upper body is working. So we would make, our South Indian pancake, and we would pound, the rice into rice flour. We would wash our clothes, manually. There was no washing machine, and we wouldn't have a platform to cook. We would sit down and cook. So a lot of lunges and squats were happening, and we had a well, and we used to draw water from the well. So that was, a good upper body workout. Core was engaged, lower body was engaged, and they used to work in the farms. They walk for hours together with water on their head, a baby, on the waist. So much exercise. They work the entire body. And all that is missing now. So we have to mimic those exercises, either in a studio or a gym. We have no choice but to do it because it's all about bringing in mobility, flexibility, strength, and movement. This is what is going to help us. So India was like that, full of activity. We ate wise. We have, the latte that you all are having, the golden milk. We've been having it for decades or centuries now. Our grandmothers used to have it, and that's why today they're beautiful. They have great hair, good eyesight, and they have great teeth, everything. Excuse me. So just give me. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. So the grandmothers are our role models, and anything that your grandmother ate, eat it. Okay, what your grandmother didn't eat, don't eat it. So I spoke about exercise, I spoke about diet, I spoke about how I want to contribute towards my country. I want to bring in a change in my country. I want a fit individual in my country. Fit, healthy, I must include healthy. Individual working at his workplace rather than living in and out of hospitals. And mothers have to be role models. You know what? Children mimic us. They just will do what a mother, especially a mother, does. So be a role model yourself. Instead of running behind your children, eat your vegetable, eat your carrot, eat spinach. You're going to be this strong, that strong. Are you eating? Are you eating convenient food, or are you eating the right kind of food, the whole food, known food? So you bring in a change. You bring in a change in the house. You start eating healthy, and your children will do just that. And that is exactly what happened with my children. Both my children and my daughter-in-law and everybody so conscious about what they consume because that's how they grew up. That's what they thought is right. And it was about eating nutritious food. So, life is beautiful only when you have health on your side. Otherwise, no. I have seen people struggling. So a lot of thin people, who think, oh, other people are thinking when they see the, thin people, oh, they can eat anything they want. No, they also cannot eat anything they want because the fat is not outside, it's inside. The food karma catches up. So the internal fat, because you don't see, is even more dangerous. What fat you see outside, you will start addressing it. But inside, the internal visceral fat. You don't see it, you don't know about it. So you just go on eating, and that also leads to lifestyle disease like, diabetes, triglyceride, cholesterol, blood pressure, everything. So the midsection is the most problematic area, and that leads to a lot of lifestyle disease. So we need to address that. Ingrid, you want me to say anything else?
Mute. Yes, I'm unmuted. Well, thank you, Wanitha. Well, what I was wondering when you're speaking is, of course, Female Wave of Change is a platform for women internationally. We're a global platform, so there will be women from all over the world listening in. Do you think that the cultural background in India is way different in this perspective from, for instance, the United States or people in Europe? Mm-hmm. Is it more difficult to get India fit than to get Europe fit or to get the United States fit?
United States is very difficult. Whenever I travel to US, I have a huge problem. I ask for small. Their small is like big. It's like the portion size is so big. I have to, I always tell them, excuse me, this is not small. This is extra large. Yes, it is a problem because everything comes in big packets and nothing is small. And I must tell you, there's two extreme things happening. So when I go to New York, they're less health conscious, okay, in New Jersey or any of those places. Mm-hmm. San Francisco also is like that. But if I go to LA, is the whole city is very, very conscious. The kind of that we get there, the healthy options, we don't get it on the other side. So I always wondered, there's one particular thing I picked up, from New Jersey. I picked up from LA, but I didn't find that in, New Jersey at all. So Europe is very challenging because it's a very cold country. You have a long months of, winter, and that can be your excuse for not exercising. But in India, it's easier to exercise because every other place on a road, every other building has a gym or a nail studio or a yoga place.
Okay.
So we have more out here. It's just that they have to make up their mind to go and exercise.
Okay. Yes, you really feel that for it should be easier for the people in India to go and exercise, but do they actually do it? They have to make a decision.
Yes. You know what? To a certain extent, I'm bringing in a change. And lots of people are exercising. They're thinking twice. Or so, okay, I'm sitting, let me go move. We have lots of parks here, plenty of parks, and lots of people exercising, okay? And yes, there are still a lot of people.
Oh, wait.
There are still a lot of people who are not exercising. And I'm hoping that, the things will change soon.
Okay, so I'm thinking really fast here. I'm thinking, what can we do as Female Wave of Change? How can we, because the health is a problem. It's so many people are sick, and a lot of them have lifestyle sicknesses. So we should be able to solve that. If you think global platform, if you think women, if you think we have to solve a problem, how can we contribute? How can we start small and start this female wave of health or female wave of exercise? Or how can we start here and now to do something about it? Because it's not just India, it's everywhere.
Yes. I think the waves like this, what we're creating right now, is amazing. I want a global wave to reach out to every house. I want more people to get involved and hear different speakers talking about health. Health is everything. When you lose it, you can't do anything at all. Mm-hmm. Your productivity drops majorly. I think this is a very good initiative, and we should have more people talking about it. And awareness is very important. important. That is what is lacking. I was telling you a few people who don't exercise is because they're not aware of what happens when they don't move, when they don't eat right, when they don't exercise right.
Mm-hmm.
That is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should have more progress.
Mm-hmm. Last week I was talking, Lisette was there. There was this global summit, and that was very much focused on transformation of nations and transformation of mindset and things like that. And there was someone, and I don't remember, Lisette, you probably are able to help me with the name. She was talking about starting with a group of 8, and then those 8 will find 8 more to get things done. Oh, Lisette she's finding her papers, I think. She's looking at the names. I don't know. Wait, you have to unmute.
Wait, Linda Taggart was it.
Oh, Linda McTaggart. That was really a nice idea. But how about we can come up with something that would start something, but would start this wave. And you also mentioned, you don't have to do all kinds of difficult stuff. You can start with walking. Start with walking and start connecting those women. It would be so great to have a walking group of women from Europe, from the US, from Africa, they already, I think they walk a lot. But from each and every place that we can start something. And of course, I know Lisette, she's a runner, so she walking is not good enough for her. But you can start. What can we do to contribute to get people exercising and to, we all know that we need to do it. But now, for instance, if we are connected to other women who also have their mindset from other parts of the globe, and that we feel like we really have to organize this now. Get the world healthier.
Yes. Yeah, we need a support system. We should form a forum on Facebook rather, and we should have some experts there, and people should be accountable for their day-to-day activities. And I say, hey, I just walked today, I burned this. If they're not able to walk that day or exercise, and they will reach out for this many and all that stuff. That itself, we could start that.
There's something happening with the sound. Wait.
Yes. My sound?
No, it was Lisette still muted, not unmuted. Okay, so we have to start with a forum. And over there. Well, the platform we already have, because we have PartUp. So on PartUp, we can start this group with experts, and to get people who are the first 8. I like that number of 8. Who are those first 8 who get things going? And and it might be someone from your classes who say, well, I also like to. We can do groups of, fitness, the real fitness expert, and the ones who are running for 10K or half a marathon or a marathon even. But then connect them in groups, in teams, with people from all over the world, and get them in there together and stimulating others to join them. Well, then if they need to join them, then probably walking is the best way, because that's also the people that want to get started.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. All walking suits all. Not everybody may able to be run, but walking would be a good option. Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Because that is actually what we are looking for, because we can listen to your exercise and how to lose weight and how to eat well, and I advise them to follow you. It's just only the energy that is already so great. There's so much energy on your Facebook, and there's the cooking, and there's the exercise classes, and you do all kinds of exercises. Just you, and there's so much going on, and that's really great. But we are looking for something that's female wave of change is creating this next thing. How can we help you not to get only India fit, but how can we get the world fit?
May I add also something?
Yeah.
What you're saying, Ing, and also Wanitha, in that group of 8, and maybe it's also a very good idea. That mindset, what Wanitha also was saying, that mindset that has to change when you do something about your own health. You have to change something. And what I see around me, because I'm also a health coach, and I always start with people, write down what you're doing, let's say in a week time. What do you eat? What do you drink? Do you do some exercise, or do you have some relaxed moments? And if you do so, what do you do in the relaxed moments, etc. And every time I hear from people, wow, I don't exercise, or I don't do this, or I don't do they see their own action on paper. So I was thinking about that. It's in the group of 8. It's also a good exercise to do a sort of diary and write down what you're actually doing in a week time.
Yes. Writing down, a journal would help. Yeah. So being accountable on the forum would be a lot better on a day-to-day basis. It doesn't take much time. We all have smartphones. Just, be accountable to your workout. Yeah, I did my 20 minutes of walking today. I squeezed in. I couldn't walk, but I did gardening. I did some gardening today, or household chores. That also could be accountable. And, most of the time the problem is about eating. They tend to eat unhealthy or overeat or, undereat, skip meals. So that is also a problem.
Skip meals.
We will have to help out. Only as experts we will be able to help.
Yeah. I think this way of thinking really fits into what we are doing right now with female wave of change, and to create this next wave. So I really love it also that Lisette, you're online. So if we because the way what we are doing, what you call a forum, is what we call now is a mastermind group. So it would really be great to get a mastermind group of 8 together. Mm-hmm. And this mastermind group is going to set up a project on how to get people moving and how we can take the next one and the next one. And it has to be very simple, but it has to also be very clear on what they have to do, because what we have been seeing so far is I always say, but it's not very kind to say, most of the people are followers. So you have to tell them step by step what to do. You have to take them by the hand. And this is really what we like to do. We want to take them by the hand for the first time, for the first couple of months, and then they are going to take someone by the hand themselves. So that's how we are going to create that next wave, or who is going to walk with you. And we can do walkathons on Sundays, that everyone who is joined all over the world that is going to do that walkathon on that day, and all walking the same distance or something like that, that we've reached the same. So it can be something that is growing, and we get simple, very simple food instructions, health instructions, that people just know that they can take the next step, take the next step, take the next step, and take someone on your journey with you.
I think it's possible. Yes, we could do that. Sounds perfect. I think we should do that.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. If a strong, healthy woman can achieve a lot more. Like, people ask me, I'm often asked, where do you get your energy from? All day long, you're doing something or the other, you're jumping from one event to another, and you still have the same energy, same gusto. It's only because of the kind of exercises that I'm doing and the kind of food that I'm eating. It's energizing me. That is very important. But I often hear people, they just do one thing and I say, oh, I'm so tired, I'm done for the day. So we really can help women achieve a lot more. There are so many people who don't pursue their talent or interests only because they don't have time or energy levels. Imagine if she's empowered with health and fitness levels, she can go and do that too. We live only once. Like I think Maeve said that if you live once, right, you don't have to live again. So I think we should do that.
Yes, this sounds great. This sounds really great. I wrote down strong, healthy women can achieve more, be energized.
Yeah.
So it will be a mastermind group about that theme, and we'll get a group of people together who really want to get involved on talking about this theme, and we're going to get things started and expand this wave of exercise, of health all over the world. And once that people feel better, they have taken those first steps, then they will go to a center where they can do more active fitness or things like that. All these crazy things that you are doing with the steps. And you really have to watch what you're doing. But you have to start at the beginning. And
yes,
this is really what you really would like to do. Yeah. It's
yeah. So a group of 8, I think you already have the names, right? Yeah.
well,
So we'll start off with, we'll
Yeah.
start off with that and start encouraging. Are these people, like I know you are an exercise person, Lisette, right?
Yeah, Lisa.
Yeah. A health coach, yes, you're a health coach. So you and I exercise. What about Indian? You do exercise?
I love to walk. I hiking. Yeah.
Hiking. Okay.
Play golf.
So
And things like that, but that's not it. Enough. I like
that's still activity. That's still activity.
Yeah.
So we will have to include more people. I want more non-exercisers to come into the group because the whole idea is to get them moving, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because for me,
Yeah.
I will move. Movement is the way of life. So I will move. So with the set.
Oh, and that will inspire others immediately. So I'm not worried about that.
Yeah. I think this is great. What we will do is we'll create our first real mastermind group on this topic, and we will post it on the Female Wave of Change group, and we will select 8 people who will come forward and say, okay, I want to be part of it. I want to be one of the first. Yeah. And then we'll get those 8 together in a situation like this, on a webinar or a Zoom. And we'll start discussing what would be the best way to approach this.
Yes. And the other problems, issues, people, especially women, are gaining weight. Forget about the menopause weight gain. That is something that we can really address it. And they thyroid, PCOD, hormone problems. That is on the rise these days. Again, thanks to the kind of food that we eat. It's just aggravated. Every other person these days seems to be having PCOD.
Yeah.
Polycystic ovarian disorder. So, these people may not even know that they are having this problem.
Yes.
So only when they can't conceive will they go to the doctor. And that's when they get diagnosed and sent to, exercise. But there are lots of people who don't even know about it. So we can help all those people. And there's another thing, mental health.
Yes.
That is going place. Because we are drifting apart, and this, like I said, we're having an affair with our smartphone, and everybody is so possessive about the smartphone, and we are drifting away from people, our own kith and kin. So we need to bring them back. Every talk of mine, wherever I address people, I always tell them, the human touch, bring it back. The smartphone touch is more now these days.
Yeah. So. And I think also by what I say, take someone by the hand and tell them or ask them to walk with you. That would really be great. One more, and you ask one more. Then it's not you walking on your own, but it will be one more walking and them asking one more to join them. So it will be that wave of
yes.
more and more people working. So that's and you're not doing that on your own. You just ask your neighbor, you ask your friend, you ask your colleague, you ask everyone to join you. And it doesn't have to be a group of 25, but just the 2 of you might be as great as well.
Yes, it's like helping a sister.
Okay.
When we have to give them inputs about why exercise very important, why movement is important. That will change them. If you just tell them walk, they will not know. They may not do it. It's okay, she's just asking me to exercise. I don't want to lose weight. I know about it. We should tell them, exercise leads health benefits.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is a webinar that's going way different than all the others. And I really like it. Yes. Because the other ones, it's very much someone speaking and sharing a lot of knowledge and experience. But this is really what we need to do, is going into action and taking the next step, really starting that wave today.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think we just did.
Okay, good. That was lovely talking to you guys on webinar. And thanks for having me once again. And let's build the wave, the health wave.
Yeah. Yes. We'll get in touch soon, Wanitha.
Yeah. I'm humbled and honored. Namaste. All the way.
Namaste, and thank you very much for sharing.
Oh, thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Engin. Thank you.
Bye. Yaron.